What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Myers World Podcast. And right now we're going to be taking a look at the Sunday games, Week 5, and we're going to start off in London with the Giants and the Packers. I do want to say a couple things about the Giants, right? It's making me kind of sick that they're winning this much. I don't know what's going on or if they're really that good, but watching them, it's very, very clear to see. Although Saquon Barkley had 13 carries for 70 yards and 1 touchdown, he was very, very good in the passing game. And it looks like, based on the way that they're playing, Daniel Jones might be actually working out for them. I will tell you this, though. Aaron Rodgers definitely misses Davante Adams, and Davante Adams definitely misses Aaron Rodgers, but sometimes you can't come to a proper compromise so that everything can work together. And sometimes you think you're too good. And if you look at history, great players always had that other player with them. It wasn't always them, but they were able to make it work. In today's world, a lot of egos go crazy, and then these things happen. So I fully expect the Raiders later on today to get dealt with accordingly by the Kansas City Chiefs, but that's another story. But I'm just letting you guys understand that this is why it's happening. It takes time to adjust. Look, there's no disagreement. I can't argue with anyone about Aaron Rodgers being a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest throwers of the football ever, but we know that he does have tendencies to not play as well if certain players are not with him. Like, he's not just doing whatever he wants and just playing with anyone. You know, you need some good players out there to be able to look good, and, you know, right now it's not working out. When you lose to the Giants, bro, I don't care if it's in London, you know, wherever you at, bro, you in hell, you in heaven playing, like, bro, you just can't lose to the Giants, and that's what they did. But I think it's time that we start to give the Giants credit, right? We got to, you know, it's not easy to win these games, and they're winning games where they should have lost them. And that's what we're used to. And it's like, okay, now, are they back? I just don't see what, like, if you watch a Giant game, like currently in 2022, I don't see how they're winning. They play very, very good defense, but offensively, they're still, you know, pretty much stagnant without, you know, the Saquon bursted runs, you know, up from scrimmage or in the passing game. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, I'm sitting there confused, like, what's happening? But they're winning, and that's all that the Giant fans cares about. So kudos to you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and set trip. You guys are winning. The Steelers and the Bills. Now, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read off the stat line for Josh Allen, right? Who I told you in June would be the MVP of the NFL. 20 of 31, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns. All right? That is absolutely insane. Gabriel Davis, he had 3 receptions, 171, 2 TDs. They beat the Steelers pretty badly. It was like a blood trail, on the field when they left, 38-3. It was pretty nasty. That jumps them up to 4-1, 2-0 at home. They actually should be 5-0, but we're not going to talk about that. The bottom line about this, I just don't know exactly what the problem is. And let me just correct that. I guess it's Gabe Davis and not Gabriel. For some reason, I thought his name was Gabriel, but it's Gabe Davis. He went wild, bro. And Josh Allen was just having a field day. The Steelers, for the first time under Mike Tomlin, looks like they're going to go. They're not going to have a winning record unless something drastic happens and everything turns around. I don't really know what's going to happen. The most exciting thing that the Steelers did was when Pickett tried to fight after he thought that somebody, hit him with a cheap shot. Other than that, the game was just completely destroyed from the beginning to the end. The beating just did not stop. And it seems like the way that everything is transpiring for the Steelers, they don't know what they're doing per se. You know what I'm saying? Because Big Ben is gone. And again, you have to try to figure it out when people leave. And it just doesn't happen automatically. Usually you don't go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Like, things have to develop and stuff like that in these situations. And right now it's just taking them a little while to get better. But it was very disgusting to watch because you never really think that the Steelers are going to be that bad, and they just sucked. Now, the Chargers and the Browns, let me say something about this, bro. The Browns, they like to tease you, bro. And the Chargers head coach is a wild man going for it in their own territory and then saying in the post conference that he trusted the defense. That was kind of wild. Well, dude, I don't see the point of doing that and not punting and making it risky. But then you got to realize you're playing the Browns. And they're going to miss the field goal, bro. I don't care if the field goal was a 1-yard field goal, which is probably impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you got the end zone, which is 10 yards. But I'm just saying, listen, the Browns would have lost this game no matter where the field goal was kicked from. I just really believe that there's an omen on that team. Because they right now, at best, should be 4-1. Just based on their games that they've played, and they just can't get out of their own way. The Chargers are not playing really, really well, but I will say this. Austin Eckler, 16 carries, 173 yards, 1 touchdown. Mike Williams, 10 receptions, 134 yards. Like to see him more in the end zone. Jacoby Brissett played decent. Obviously, when Deshaun Watson gets back, it's going to be, a whole different team. But they're losing games. The Browns are losing games that are so winnable. I don't know how they have a fan base. And they have such an electric fan base. To me, I think the Browns are just taking advantage of their fan base, bro. Because, they should, dude, at some point, you guys say, you know what, bro? I'm done with you. You like this right here, I'm not doing this no more. You got to stand up for your right to party. This team sucks, dude. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not. Browns, bro, we'll wait. Maybe Deshaun Watson will do something later, but I don't like that they lost that game. When I saw him kick the field goal, I'm like, he's going to make this. He's going to make this. He missed it. Bro, okay. The Browns, whatever. But the Chargers, that was a hard-fought game. And I do still believe, obviously, the Browns should have won because of the Chargers' mistake of going for it, on fourth down when they shouldn't have. That's just my opinion. The Bears and the Vikings. This game was a lot closer than many people think. And I know I'm going to get some flack for it, but I think the Bears kind of outplayed the Vikings, until the end of the game. And again, they're still they're still a young team, and I know Justin Fields is getting a lot of flack, as he should, because you're the starting quarterback, in the league. You have to be able to play well, but I think they played pretty decent. Obviously, the Vikings went ahead with a go-ahead, Cousins CD. They pushed him in, and then Jefferson had the 2-point conversion and pretty much just sealed the game off because, Justin Fields dude, I don't know what he's doing. He's going to have to grow through it. He's going to have to learn. I don't know how much longer they're going to give him because, everybody is patient now. Back in the day, they would give you time to grow. Now they want instant gratification. So I don't really know how this is going to work out. But, Dalvin Cook, 18 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, not bad. Justin Jefferson, 12 receptions, 154 yards. Kirk Cousins, 32 of 41, 296 yards, 1 touchdown. It's a lot going on. I don't really think that, the Vikings at 4-1 are a dangerous 4-1 because we've seen the Eagles lock up. You know what I'm saying, dude? Bro, ching ching. Just straight up lock them up. So I have to probably err on the side of caution and just say, I don't really like that 4-1. It's pretty, but I don't really like it. And the Bears, I don't know. We don't know what we're going to get from the Bears day to day. So it's sort of, look at me type thing, dude. So we got to wait to see how it works out. The Lions and the Patriots, this was complete, domination. This was the first time that I've seen the Lions be the Lions of old. And it kind of, although we like Dan Campbell, we looked at it yo, these Lions are the same Lions. They suck. I didn't know what was going on. I'm trying to figure out Jared Goff, right? I'm can this guy see? 19 of 35, 229 yards, 1 interception. I don't know what to say. I really thought the Patriots weren't prepared to just beat on them because I thought that they were a better team. Obviously, we were all fooled. And we got to wake up and see what's going on. They are what they are. They suck, bro. The Lions, dude, I have to say it. I was enjoying the fact that they were, being a little bit exciting and fighting and stuff like that. But when you lose 29-0, I got to look at it. And I got to say to myself, maybe you're not good. And that's where I am with the Lions. But it was fun while it lasted. Seahawks and the Saints, I got to tell you this, right? The Seahawks have been playing some really, really good football for the most part. They're absolutely playing some really good football, but Geno Smith likes to run around and throw picks, though. I don't know if anybody knows that. But again, 16 to 25, 268, 3 touchdowns, but he will throw a pick. But this game, if you watched it, Taysom Hill was everything. He was a blocker, he was a tight end, he was a quarterback. He should have got MVP for this game. He should have been able to kneel the clock out. I'm gonna tell you right now, this whole Red Rocket thing, the starting quarterback, Jameis Winston, is hurt. We got to involve Taysom Hill more, bro. If I'm a Saints fan or I'm in the Saints locker room, we got to figure out how to involve him. We tried to give him, the opportunity to be a quarterback. He's not an outright quarterback, but he's a, decent tight end, block. He could throw the ball if necessary on fake plays. But it was something to watch, bro. It was really, really exciting. And for other reasons than just, watching normal football. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. Okay, this guy is playing this way, but okay, is he good? What are we doing right now? Is he actually good though? Because this is absolutely insane. Dolphins and the Jets. All right. So the Dolphins are out here losing to the Jets. Now I gotta hear Jet fans come in and rage. Oh, yo, G, what you say about the Jets? Dude, I can't do this anymore. Breece Hall had an unbelievable game. I probably should have started him. He's on my fantasy league. I benched him, and the dude came out and went wild. I thought the Miami Dolphins defense was going to do something. Zach Wilson, a.k.a. Pick Up Your Moms, this dude was 14 of 21, 210 yards. He wasn't really doing anything. On the Dolphins side, 18 carries, 113 yards, 1 touchdown for Raheem Mostert. But I'm just saying, 40 to 17 though? Like, I understand like a close game, but you get beat on by the Jets, and the Jets are now 3-2. The Giants are 4-1. I'm like, what, dude? What is this? What is going on right now? It just doesn't make any sense, bro. But again, I'm not apologizing to Jet fans. I know this won't last, so I'm not apologizing yet. If you guys get to 8 wins, I will publicly apologize to all of you guys. Like, I just don't believe it's going to happen, but we have to wait to see. The Buccaneers and the Falcons. The one thing that we took away from this, which was extremely, annoying, was the fact that Tom Brady was not roughed on that play. Tom Brady was not roughed. It was not roughing the passer. I don't care what anyone says, even like diehard, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans or Tom Brady fans. He was not roughed on that play. And the Falcons should have had a chance to get the ball back and possibly win the game. I don't know what happened. I know the Falcons started off really, really nasty, and it was a comeback, and, they were down 21-0 and all that stuff. But, that fair is fair, bro. And that was a completely unacceptable call by that ref, bro. I understand. Like, Tom Brady threw the ball 52 times for 351 yards and 1 touchdown. So as much as the blowout was going on, the Falcons was able to keep him out of the end zone for the most part. But that call, bro, that's what the whole game turned out to be. And that's what happens with bad reffing. No matter how good the game is, you end up focusing on the calls. And I know you could probably say the Falcons should have done something earlier in the game, but they still played well enough to not have that happen. And it was very unfortunate, and that's the last play call. It just outright disgusted me, if I'm going to be honest about it. Like, I was just like, all right, this is not good football right here. Titans and the Commanders. We all know what Carson Wentz is about. Threw the pick at the end of the game to seal it for the other team. Titans didn't play relatively well, but Derrick Henry, 28 carries, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, not too shabby. Brown coming back with the Washington Commanders, 2 receptions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yes, 2 receptions, 105 yards. Yes, that's exactly what goes on. But Wentz threw a wild interception, bro, and it was really nasty. And that's the way they ultimately lost. But it was nothing really to write home about with that particular game. So we don't need to really go into it too much. Texans and the Jags. The Texans are a really bad team, but the Jaguars are also. Trevor Lawrence stepped back up with another 2 interceptions. I don't know what he's doing, but it doesn't really matter. This game really has no bearing on the league because both these teams, we don't expect them to do anything. So, like, watching this is like just watching paint dry. Very, very boring. The Niners and the Panthers. Now, this beating right here that the Panthers took, I have to say this, bro. I thought Baker Mayfield was a better quarterback. He's really bad, bro. That guy sucks. Like, I gotta be totally honest. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's not real when it's real. Like, dude, you suck at the game. Like, let's look at it. You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, let's figure out what's going on here. Garoppolo came out 18 of 30, 253, 2 touchdowns, not too shabby, but the Panthers suck. That's the bottom line. Cowboys and the Rams. Now, if you look at the title of the video, when I said that Matt Ryan is Matt Stafford, they are both the same quarterback. 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. They've both been sacked 21 times, and they both suck. So I understand if you're a fan of the team, but they are both the same player. And that's really bad when you call Matt Stafford Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan has been bad for a very, very long time. But they both are the same people. Now, honestly, the defense was unbelievable for the Cowboys. 2 more sacks for Micah Parsons. They played out of control. But again, I think that they just win more with Cooper Rush. I'm not saying he played well. He only threw for like 100-something yards. I'm just saying, I believe when Dak Prescott comes back, they're going to start losing again. And I don't know what it is. Maybe they just don't like Dak because they're like, yo, bro, you suck at the game. I don't know what it is, but I got to be totally honest. I just feel that Cooper just fits better. And they got a lemon in Dak Prescott when they gave him the money. I'm just being honest about it. I just don't think that he's good for that team. Is he good for any other team? I think he's an average quarterback. I've seen enough over the years to know he's an average quarterback. I'm not saying he's like a complete bum, but there's nothing spectacular about Dak Prescott. That's it. But the Cowboys win again. They're 4-1. I would just let them play out and see how it works. This ain't the first time that we had a backup stay in when you had a starter that you was paying crazy money. And for the Rams, Cooper Kupp is still him, but they got to take a look at it and figure it out because Matt Stafford is really, really trash. Jumping into the Eagles and the Cardinals. The Eagles are 5-0, guys, and I don't know what's going on. The Cardinals, they missed the game time field goal. They suck. Like, bro, these kickers are horrible. If you don't got Justin Tucker, which we're going to get to in a second for the final game, you're pretty much cooked. But I like to give a shout out to, the Eagles, bro, because I didn't think this was going to happen. Like, dude, Jalen Hurts, 15 carries, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's doing what he needs to do to win. Kyler Murray wants to play Call of Duty, so he's not focused on football. So we're going to figure it out. And finally, the Sunday night game with the Bengals and the Ravens. Dude, this game was nip-tucked for a while. Joe Burrow didn't play exceptionally well. 24-35, 217 yards, 1 touchdown. Mixon was okay. Mark Andrews made some really clutch catches in that final drive to set up Justin Tucker for the field goal. And what more can I say? No Hove. Look, bro, that guy is automatic. If you guys follow me on social media, at GMyersWorld on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, you would know that I already said it, bro. Justin Tucker is a sure thing, bro. I think he might go. I don't know. I can't say he's the best kicker in the history of the game. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he is, like, in this era, probably the best kicker that I've seen right now, bro. Vinatieri, he's going to go down in history as one of the best kickers ever. But I think Justin Tucker is him, bro. Leg, accuracy, all that good stuff. And the Ravens are 3-2, and they're sitting, looking pretty good. Lamar overthrew like 3 touchdowns. I was very disappointed in him, but he's going to have to work on that. I still don't agree that he shouldn't be paid. Like, a lot of you guys are like, yo, he can't throw. That was just a bad game for him, bro. I think he's going to jump back and be better. And that's pretty much it. But the Ravens are 3-2. The Bengals are 2-3. Based on the way the game started, though, the Bengals, they got work to do, bro. The Bengals got a lot of work to do, but I don't see them going back to the Super Bowl like a lot of people predicted before the season started. But other than that, that's the recap for Sunday games, Week 5. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully you're having a blessed day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.